Since everyone, I know with the bakers, we did 36 months and they were getting very little paid in fulls. So we said, well, we're not going to discount the price. We're just going to discount the time limit. So if it's not as long a time, it's not going to be as expensive. And they did pretty good with 24 months. I said, let's do some price testing. Let's go to 18-month upgrade program. Now they started getting too many paid in fulls. So we went back to 24 months. 24 months seemed to be the sweet spot for them. They don't do a lot of paid in fulls because they want to have that monthly check coming in, but they also want to increase their student value. So if you get a payment of $2,800 and you have 100 students, your student value just went up $28. With that one paid in full, you've gone from like $150 student value to $178 student value. So think about your upgrades. Think about what the upgrade's for. If it's just that, hey, I just want to increase my monthly check, that's good. It doesn't really give you any more security. You do have that monthly check coming in. I would personally like to have some paid in fulls. If I couldn't handle my money, put those paid in fulls in its own bank account and would draw like 120 or 24, 124th each month. So I'm still getting $150 from that bank account if I couldn't handle my money. Next thing we talked about is other ways to increase your student value through revenue generating events. I'm going to use the bakers again. One event they do every 3 months is testing. So they do testing, they do charge testing fees. Testing fees, I believe, are $45 at that school. So every 3 months, they have revenue coming from the students from testing fees. Now, they didn't really like it when their revenue would go up on a testing month and then drop down the next month, and drop down, and then all of a sudden testing fees. So they started thinking, what can they do every single month? So the month after testing, they do a leadership class. They do a 4-hour leadership class. Leadership class is just like an instructor college, and students can come for that. They charge, I believe, $150. It's in that area. So if they get 10 students coming in for that, that's $1,500. So that's another way they're going to boost their student value. So every 3 months now, they have instructor training or leadership class. Dave was saying that, when I say Dave Hart, he was saying that he thinks his students are too young for instructor training. I go, do you have kids like 5th, 6th grade? He goes, yeah, quite a few. I go, well, those are the areas. 5th grade is probably one of the youngest for instructor training. But why would a parent want to do that? Well, one of the big benefits of instructor training is learn how to do public speaking. That's the biggest fear anyone has. If kids can get good at public speaking, they're going to do better at their academic school. They're going to have more confidence. They're going to want to go to school. They're not going to say, I feel sick when I have to do a report. So that's huge. And a lot of parents will pay for that. What the bakers find is that through their instructor training classes or leadership classes, a certain amount will rise to the top and they want to become either on the SWAT team, they want to become on bench strength, or want to do certified instructor training. So they upgrade their program and they're paying another $50 per month. So now you've got testing. The month after testing, they do leadership training. The month after that, they do inter-school tournaments. They used to do every 6 months an inter-school tournament and every 6 months a sleepover. They did sleepover in December for New Year's Eve, and they did one the end of June when school got out. So they did a schools out sleepover and a winter sleepover. The other 2 6-month periods, they did inter-school tournaments. Recently, they got away from the sleepovers, and now they do an inter-school tournament every 3 months. So it's testing, leadership training, inter-school tournament. Inter-school tournament is good competition for the kids. It's a requirement that kids in the school do 1 tournament per year. They want kids, again, get out of their shells, get some courage, and train real hard. And so inter-school tournaments are part of it. And they do inter-school tournaments with fitness training. So the kids have a time limit to do, I believe it's 30 squats, 20 push-ups, 20 sit-ups, 10 push-ups, and then 50 roundhouse kicks. There could be 100 roundhouse kicks. So there's a fitness. So it's not just fighting, it's not just forms, there's a fitness aspect. They do a board breaking aspect, they do self-defense, they do forms, and they do fighting. So the kids have a chance to win a lot of different divisions. So it's not like you have two real good fighters in your school and everyone goes, hey, I'm not going to do the inter-school tournament. These kids are going to win anyway. So there's different divisions to make every person having a chance to win a trophy. They do their tournaments 4x4, meaning there's 4 kids in every division. So if you line up all your students, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, that's your division. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's your division. So now your division has a first, second, third, and fourth place. So everyone gets someone. It's not just getting a participation award. They actually had to fight and lose 2 times to earn a fourth place, but everyone gets some type of trophy. He keeps a score of the wins. So if you win, it could be 10 points. If you get second place, it's 8 points. Third, it's 6 points and 4 points. And throughout the year, all your points add up. So at the end of the year, you're giving yearly champions. So he has a banquet at the end of the year. During the banquet, kids get an award or certificate for their divisions. Real good idea. Kids that we had to do one thing, and this is, I think, is pretty cool. The last tournament of the year is a double points. So maybe I enrolled in May, so I missed the first tournament, and I don't feel like I have a shot to get a national, or not a national title, but a yearly title. The last tournament's double points, so I can go in there, be behind, win double points, and have a good chance of getting a better yearly prize. But the whole idea was, how am I going to balance my gross and how am I going to increase my student value? So you're adding something each month that is almost, I think is probably his tournaments are just as big as his test. Because I think tournaments, if they do one division or just enter, it's $50. And then it's either $5 or $10 for each additional division. And then he also has since he rents a high school, parents pay either $5 or $10 for spectator fees. So he's bringing in quite a good amount of money those 3 months. Again, he's got close to 400 students now. He does something that's going to bring in $8,000 per month. His student value is going up $20 just from the event. So now you have your testing fees, your tournaments, you have your leadership classes, you have your paid in fulls for the upgrade programs. And again, you're trying to get paid in fulls, not where everyone's going to do it, because you do want to have that monthly residual. But if you can get 1 or 2 a month, it really helps your gross. So those are just some ideas that we discussed to get student value. He asked me a really cool question, and this went on and on. He goes, what can I do for marketing for promotional booths? He did a promotional booth this Sunday. Was for kids. It was called like Fast, Strong, and Something event. Is anyone in his town that had any type of kids organization, and they did a kind of a fair for this. He was telling me he got 62 appointments off this fair, because I wish I could do promotional booths more often. So I was telling him that in Arizona, one of the things we did was once a week we went to a restaurant, and if the restaurant had a kids eat free night, we would get a promotional booth at the kids eat free. One of the places that we did was Marco's Pizza. Marco's Pizza had kids eat free on Wednesday. So I went to talk to the business owner. I said, I have a martial arts school. I've got parents sitting watching classes at 4, 5, and 6 o'clock. A lot of these people don't want to go home and cook dinner. They would love to bring dinner home or go out and have dinner, especially with kids eat free. I said, would you have room if 10 or 15 of my families came over on a Wednesday night? Because that would be totally awesome. Thanks for doing that for me. Again, no problem. I go, when my parents come here, they really like to socialize. They're going to want to sit together and things like that and make sure they're in the right place. Could I have a small area just to put a pop-up banner and I can stand and I can direct my people? Plus, if some of your other customers maybe have kids, they're interested in martial arts, that'll give me an opportunity to maybe sign up some students. And that's what we did. And I did something I think was really cool. We were right in the middle of a big intersection. I picked a restaurant on each corner of the intersection. We did one on one Wednesday, another one on next week. So each week we went to a different restaurant and we just rotated. I had a girl working for me. Her name was Cynthia. She was 18 years old. She was my front end office person. So she was used to talking to people on the phone and things like that. So she'd go to the restaurant. The booth was just a pop-up banner with a stool. On top of the stool, we put some cards for people to take. So it's nothing big. It takes a lot of room. On the banner, we had 2-lesson trial program with uniform, $29.95. Today only $9.95. Save $20. So that's what the banner said. Her goal was to sign people up for a trial lesson for $9.95. I paid her $15 an hour, so she was there from 4 to 7, so she got $45, and she got to keep all the $10 that she brought in. So I didn't want the trial lessons. I did the trials for free, and I gave her that money. So if she signed up 3 people in those 3 hours, she got her $45, $30 on bonus, $75, so she's making $25 an hour, 18 years old. That's totally fantastic. And that was it. That was all her deal. I set it up with the restaurants. After we did it one time, then it was all her deal. She had to do it. She had to bring the booth up. She would come into the school. She would pick up the banner, set it up herself, and she would call me at the end of the day. Hey, Greg, there's so many people I signed up. So those are just a couple ideas. I know we want to make things easy, and we'd love to have a kick butt website. We'd love to do a lot of Facebook, and that is a huge marketing pillar. At the same time, we want to support our businesses with other marketing pillars. So one of those pillars is just those promotional booths. Dave Hart asked me, he says, what should I do for free events? Should I do free events or should all my events be charged? I go, well, let me show you how to do an event that's, you're not charging, but people are going to pay something for it, but they're not going to pay you. At the same time, you have a chance of getting a promotional booth. So I said, go to a bowling alley and tell the guy at the bowling alley that you have a martial arts school. One of the things that you pride yourself in is doing social events for the kids, because when the kids do social events, they build up friendships and they love to go to martial arts because that's where all their friends hang out. But this Saturday, we'd like to do something besides martial arts. I'd like to have them all come bowling. So I'm going to put out a sign. The kids can sign up. They can come here and do bowling. They'll pay for their own games. I'm not going to be paying for it. So their parents will be here. Maybe if you gave them a little discount on shoe rental or something like that, that'd be nice. Can we set something like that up? The guy goes, sure. I go, I noticed that you do birthday parties. And when you do birthday parties on Saturday, you turn down the lights. You have lasers. You have blinking lights and music. He goes, yeah, we do that every Saturday from, I think it was like 11 to 1. I go, can we do it during that time? Because that'd be really fun. He goes, sure. So once I got the okay, I go, I just want to make sure the kids know it's the right place. Can I set up a small promotional booth with a banner and give out information from my school and direct all the kids on where to go to get their bowling balls and shoes? So now you've got a social event that's different. Parents don't think you're nickel and diming. They're going to pay the bowling alley for the games. Kids are going to have a great time. It's a retention tool. It's also a great opportunity for them to bring friends. So now the friends aren't going to do karate. The friends are going to do bowling. If you don't want to do bowling, you can do a trampoline park, or you can do go-kart, indoor go-kart racing. There's a lot of things they can do where your students are going to have a blast, and it's much easier for them to bring friends. And once you have the friends there, now you gather the name, address, and phone number, and you can do your follow-up. But those are stronger leads. When you get a lead on the internet, you're a stranger. When people come and hang out with you on a Saturday afternoon and you're doing bowling, you're being friendly with all the kids and building rapport, now you've got a heads up. Then when they sign up for the intro, they're more likely to show up. They already know you, they already like you, and you've built trust. So I know that's not as good as William could do. Well, you got some great ideas there. So you've got great ideas on how to build up student value through paid in fulls on long-term programs. There's another thing you can do. Let me give you one other tidbit I really like. Is I got it from Scott Axman. What he does on his program, I think his program is like, I'm going to just say $4,000. I'm just going to round up $200 a month, $4,000. people who can't pay it in full, what he does is he gets half down, $2,000 down. Let me get out my phone so I give you the right number. So it's $2,000 down. So that's affordable for a lot of people. They do the rest of the payments over 24 months. So it's $83 a month for martial arts class, $2,000 and $83 a month. So that's one way to do some type of finance program. And it sounds like it's ridiculously low for martial arts. So how much is my upgrade program? It's only $83 a month. Really? Yeah. It's $2,000 down. Of course, you'd say $1,995, and then 24 payments of $83. So that's another gold nugget as far as getting your student value up.
What's he doing that for? That's a 2-year deal?
Yeah, that would be a 2-year program.
Okay.
And he doesn't even call it it's $83 a month for lessons. He calls it $83 maintenance fee. So just terminology, same thing. But it's
Hey, sir, how does the Bakers make it mandatory for them to compete once a year?
it's a requirement for they also get one free tournament. So he doesn't make them pay for 4 tournaments, they pay for 3 tournaments. But they get one tournament, the one that they're going to use as a mandatory one is free. So that would kind of fit into your thing where you don't charge testing fees. If you say you have 4 tournaments per year, one is required for advancement, so you don't pay for that. So the other 3 you have to pay for.
Okay, and he does it just to get people to experience a karate tournament.
Yep. Because if they have to do it and they have a good time, they're more likely to join all the others. And the tournament's a tournament, but the tournament is a teaching tournament. So like if you and I were running the school, we would go there, we'd tell the kids, okay, we're going to put on a fighting demonstration. So you and I would spar, and they get a chance to see the black belt spar. And then we have a couple other black belt instructors, they get a chance to see them spar. Okay, this was points, you're not allowed to go out of bounds. So it's like entertainment. And then when you do the forums, okay, guys, when you do the forums, this is what we're looking for. We're looking for your confidence. You're looking for your presentation skills. So it's not the whole feeling of tension of a competition. They're learning about competition and learning how to be a good competitor. At the same time, they have the opportunity to compete.
I see. And that's held like in-house in their studio?
I believe they rent out a auditorium at a local high school, I believe, because their school isn't that big.
Got it.
At my school in Florida, we used to do it, and I want to make it convenient for the parents because parents hate waiting. They hate going to a tournament at 9 o'clock and their kid fights at 1 o'clock. So we used to do competition from 5 to 8 years old was at 10 o'clock in the morning. From 9 to 12 was at 12 noon. And then for everyone over, it was at 2 o'clock. So now they can come and they almost compete instantly, and they don't have to hang around all day.
Okay, yeah.
And if you have a school of a couple hundred people, now you can do it within your school.
Yeah, I like the idea of a free mandatory tournament.
Yeah, I think it's cool because it brings back to a little competition in the martial arts.
Well, what I try to tell parents is that, it's funny, like you play Little League baseball or baseball and you practice. But we always play a game, which is the competition, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's the same thing in karate. You practice, but you never play a competition.
Right.
But if you tell them it's a tournament, they're not ready. Well, just like a baseball game, they're not completely ready to play, but they just play.
Yep. Yeah, so I think that's a perfect analogy. And I always say that's probably one of the only things that you're always either just learning, taking classes, learning, or practicing, but you never, like you say, play the game.
Yeah.
Total sense.
I love it. Thank you, sir.
All right. Good talking to everyone. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys for help. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Johnny, if you want to Facebook me, I had some things on the marketing part. You had mentioned a recruiting thing. So Facebook me, you can see it.
I would love to see that. Thank you so much. I'm on Facebook you now. All right. Thank you guys.
All right, bye-bye.